he sucks. I don't care about that. I'm just blessed and honored to actually have a tree finally at Ohio State, because that's why I came back for it, be a first-team All-American, and also get my degree too. So it's actually pretty nice. It's just like ice on the top.
You guys wanted to be in the playoff, obviously not. What's the motivation for the Rose Bowl for you guys?
Of course we want to be the playoffs. Of course, we came up short because of the loss of the team of North. Our motto is just to be more physical than we was the last game, and we got exposed in some areas, of course, but also at the same time, we know what we need to do. We need to run the ball, and we need to dominate the line of scrimmage, of course, and that's gonna be our motto too. And I think the young guys and the older guys that are leaving is making sure that we're going to leave off on a good note too.
Hey, I know it's been a while since you've done this, but I mean, Ohio State, coming in, it kind of has this reputation for developing offensive linemen. And I'm curious, especially from, say, 3 stars to kind of where you're at, first team All-American. And I'm curious about, just your perspective kind of on the back end of that. Does that process work? What kind of helps or allows this program to develop offensive linemen the way it has over the course of
just basically stay on schedule, not to get too high or too low on yourself. It's all a mental game. Yes, you're going to be pushed mentally here with everybody, Coach Meg, your own position coach is going to push you as hard as they can, but also at the same time they doing it for, your well-being as well. It might seem like that they're not doing their own, but let me rephrase it. It might not seem like they're not with you, but they are, because they want to make you better to be a first-team All-American.
And it seems, I asked because, you guys just brought in a couple of guys that may not be ready to play right away in the 2022 class, but guys that could be in that development process. What encouragement do you have for those guys to kind of, if they have to wait to play, to kind of go through the process to get into the playing time that you have now?
Just ask questions, with the people that's coming in for the mid-years, of course, they'll go through, a hard winter workout because we just lost to the team of North, and things might not go the way they planned it. They might not go against people that they can beat no more. They go against grown men now. It's not just high school stuff no more. It's college grown man ball that's working your way up to the NFL, and even more. It's just don't have that mindset coming in I'm gonna just dominate. You gotta make sure you work hard too. Don't just come in here with the mindset they older than me, I don't know what to do, or I'm the top recruit in my class. The stars and stuff, that really does not matter at all.
What have practices been like the last week since you started practicing for the Rose Bowl first time back since the loss to Michigan? Have they been have guys been physical? It's been nice to get back in the practice footage. What have they been like?
It's been very physical, very, very physical. Our first phase is basically the fundamental period, of course, and just make sure that we don't lose track of who we are, and we just making sure that we just come off the ball as hard as we can, just be physical that we was back in the beginning of the season, and just gotta have that mindset. That's all it is. That's our focus is for Utah and from here on out.
You guys fired up to hear. They said you guys were soft. Does that fire you guys up going into this game to show folks you're not soft?
Oh, it does. I can care less what other people think. All I care is what my team does from here on out. And I don't care who outside of the program, thinks of us. They don't go through the stuff that we go through, of course, but also at the same time, they like to point fingers at us because, it's a hard place to play at. They want the best. But also at the same time, it's you gotta understand, we got a lot of stuff that we go through with our own lives. And yes, we get outplayed, yeah. But also at the same time, it's I don't care what they have to say. If they're not going through the stuff that we go through, I don't want to hear it.
Derek, you're not opting out. It's pretty clear, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna play. Do you know of other players that are not going to play in this game?
Not that I know of.
I mean, that's a little bit surprising. What does it say about your program that doesn't seem to be the case at this point?
It seems like that we love each other and we still want each other to be better. You know, even though like the seniors and whoever's leaving is going to the NFL, of course, they want to make sure they don't leave off like on a bad note.
I imagine this thing from the Michigan game has not left you. Has it dissipated at all?
No.
At all? How long do you think it'll stick with you?
No, not at all. Like that pain for me is going to linger because that was my last time playing them, of course. I wish everything could have went differently, but it didn't. That's the truth of the matter. And I just know for sure, like, the young guys that's coming up right now, like, they know for sure, like, they not losing that game again. They not. And they promised me, and I was like, all right, just make sure you don't have that feeling in your mouth, just like I do right now, because that sucks.
Back in the old days, like they would put 24-12 everywhere in the facility. Do you have that score in your facility in the Woody here at all?
I'm imagining that it will be, but I don't know yet. You know, I imagine that when I come back from pro day, it's gonna be 20. Like, what was it? 42. Yeah, 42-27. It's gonna be all over this facility. You know, and I'm gonna be scared for Michigan next year. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I can't wait for that game.
Hey, what was it like though to hear at least one of their coaches call you guys out as being not physical, et cetera, in that game, not matching up physically? What is that? Have y'all talked about that since then, and just just kind of what's the impetus going into this game to kind of prove people wrong? Utah obviously is a physical team.
You know, from that coach up there, I really want to say something that I really want to say right now, but I'm not gonna say it. But you know, I'm gonna move away from that question because
Okay.
it's gonna make me mad.
But does it drive y'all? I mean, right
It
now
does drive us.
Yeah.
It really does drive us a lot, and it's going to drive the younger players too. You know, and I hope whoever said like make sure that doesn't happen again. I'm gonna mark them for that word too, because I hope that really doesn't happen again at all. Because hearing their chirping all the time it's annoying. I don't like it.
So you're in the same light. Did you take notice of Desmond Howard's comments during the?
Yes, and he can kick rocks too. I don't care for him. But also at the same time, he's doing his job. You know, it's not professional, of course, but he needs to do his job and just stick to his job, in my opinion.
You came back for an extra year. You almost wish you could come back for an extra year just to play that game?
Yeah, no. You know, I've been here for 5 years.
You can come back for that game, though.
I come back for that game, yes. I skip every other game, but that game I for sure come back for. But, yeah, just sad that I'm leaving, but also it's bittersweet, you know.
Thayer, you played for Urban. You heard what happened today. Just your take, or you did hear, right?
I did hear.
Just your take, and what do you think he does next?
Whatever happens now for him, you know, everybody will still be happy for him, no matter what, but, you know, whatever happens, happens.
There is the loss to Michigan. Is that worse than the fact of what?
100%. It was so much worse than the other games that I lost. Like Iowa 2017, Oklahoma 2017 too. What other game we lost? Purdue. That was worse. Like that game is literally worse than anything.
Is it because of like how it played out and like kind of like the ramifications of it now? You guys want to know? Is it all this stuff involved in it?
Yeah, all of it, all the above. Whatever you can think of right now is it still burns. You know.